Right, we're just full send. Right now. Okay, you still got me? All right, are you listening to do you have the stream up too? Right. Can you do a quick sound check to make sure like both of our audios are coming through? Just like that, Goonie. I appreciate you. So good. So good. Interesting. It's showing that it should be coming out. So, okay, how about now? All right, let's try this one. Mic check,
All right.
1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
All right, let's try this one. Mic check,
All right.
1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
Oh, damn, I just went Chris Farley on you.
There we go. Oh, yeah, yep, I can hear us all.
Okay, we got it. Cool.
Damn, I just went Chris. What's up, nerds?
And now Goonie knows he's live, so there's. All right, I am going.
You're going to drop it inside. So the SmortCon thread pings everyone in the SmortCon thread. So if you drop that in there, we can make a caption like, hey, if you want to join in, just let us know and we'll add you to the call.
All right, it should be public now as well.
Because I think. No, we can play activities. Because I think I can add people to the call.
Ah, we got Nighthawk in here now. He said it's pubic. I don't think that's the word.
Also, on a side note, my snap-on tape measure got here today. Oh, lordy.
Man, I bet that was a good 300.
$30. Fell off the truck in Mexico.
Oh, okay, sweet. They'll fall off the truck trick, yeah.
They'll fall off the truck. It's all aluminum, and it's actually very, very nice.
That's cool.
I was going to use it for work, but my sound quality is crap. Fits my personality. Good to know.
That is okay. True. All right.
Andrew sounds like butthole. Yeah, I think it's because I'm using this webcam. If I switch audios, I won't.
So at least he's consistent. Is that right?
But you can make out what I'm saying. How about, what happens if I take my valve index, flip it upside down, and then...
You gotta put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Something like that.
Thank you. Thank
Good.
you. Somebody got that.
Goonie, I'm so glad you're here. So,
I was trying to figure out how to do that one part.
it's near
Yeah, that part.
Oh.
that part.
How does this work?
You sound a lot clearer. It's just a
Does
little
yours sound
lower.
A lot clearer. Just quieter.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, speak
Yeah.
louder, Hall.
I'm using the mod mic instead of the webcam, so. All right, cool. As long as you guys can understand it, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're smart. We're going to get there.
My input volume's at 100%, so this is as far as she goes.
I put in double earplugs for it, so we're good.
Man, I need the Hobbit of Chaos over here so he can donate to my channel now.
Yeah,
Right.
he spends like $8,000 per stream.
Poor guy. He is. He
He's
is.
like, I got no money, and then he spends like $100 per stream.
I mean, you can't fault his support. I tell you what.
You can't. No.
So that's all good.
Hey, did y'all happen to see his new logo?
You mean his tattoo?
Nighthawk, am I too loud?
His logo, like his YouTube logo, like his profile picture or whatever.
Oh no.
I made him a sick one.
Oh, you made him one?
Yeah, it says Hobbit of Chaos in like the Lord of the Rings font, and I put that eye of whatever the hell. Yeah,
Oh, Eye of Sauron.
yeah,
That's really nice of you.
yeah. One day I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, I got an idea. Check this out, and I just did it and sent it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pro. Like it's that font I used for the Lord of the Rings Smort font thing we did on
Oh,
the meme
okay.
thing.
All right. Yeah. No. According to me, my audio settings are as loud as they get.
You just got louder.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, guys, if you want to get in on this call, go into the SmortCon 23 thread on Discord, and I'm going to try and add you into the call. Never done it before, but I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do this.
We're just making it up as we go. It's all
Pretty
good.
much.
It is all good. So, yeah, any of our other SmortCon attendees in the chat, if y'all want to join in or just chat it up, that's fine too. We're professionals. That is life.
So what happens if I call you?
Call me. What?
No. Where's Nighthawk?
Yes, the Hobbit of Chaos is here now to spread his chaos now to Smort. Hey.
Maybe
Friends
look
to
at the
DM.
thing, you know?
I will say
Oh, there we are.
one
I
of
don't know how to add people. I don't know if you can. Let me do a quick Google.
yeah, up at the top it says add friends to DM and then they could join.
Yeah, but that gets our DMs.
We can start a new one.
You wanna
Oh,
s-
what?
All right, let me try this.
I would try a new thread.
If I click this YouTube link right here, what happens? I've done this last time, and I had it pulled up where I could see whatever we show,
Okay,
and I didn't
Randry's
get
gonna Randry's redoing the call. Let's switch over to that one.
Oh, okay.
Bloop. All right.
All right, I think we have to do added DMs. We're gonna add friends to the DM. We're gonna add.
Okay. And then we can just start a new one, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I have Andy as a friend on Discord.
All right, I'm going to select a few here.
Yeah, just start adding people in. Hello. Hey, there we go. All right.
Is this working?
We're gonna have to do it.
We are professionals, I promise. We're trying to get the call figured out. So if you're watching, trying to just in Discord create. I'm trying to call you, Andy. Hold on.
We are calling you. I'm trying to get to. Maybe we'll just have to do it via chat, and that's why that does it. Greenie's in, but she's muted.
She doesn't want to talk to us.
Heck no, she doesn't.
What's up, nerds?
See, there he is. He's
There
back.
we go. I'm back.
All right.
man.
Well,
All right, well, let's go ahead and get this kind of show on the road at least a little bit, and we can just kind of, if you want to try to invite people, or see if we can get Patty Rick in here maybe too.
why wouldn't Patty in here?
I don't know. I'll see if I can add him.
Okay, so how do I mute the YouTube, or are we going to have anything on there I got to look at other than Ghost's pretty face?
Settings.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if anybody wants to see what we're trying to work with in Discord, it's all this mess here.
Voice settings.
That way you don't have to stare at my face for too long.
Open Discord app on your phone or click on the name. Click on the name of the person you want to add. So like, I don't know. Click on the name of the person.
How did I do that? Like, how do you mute a YouTube live stream?
Well, it should just be on the sound, maybe.
Yeah, you just turn the sound all the way.
Did I hear a Patty Rick in here?
Oh, shoot.
Why are you in here?
We're professionals here.
I can neither confirm nor deny any allegations against myself or any parties I may or may not be involved with.
It's good to get the outsider's perspective because he didn't come to SmortCon, so, but maybe we can convince him to come to next year.
Neither did Andy. Andy didn't come to SmortCon.
I know, but you know he was there at the last one at least, and we've got Goonie points coming next year.
My Discord is
I mean, I wanted to go. I'm just a carry the two. I'm a poor.
Says the guy with what, the Super Duke?
No, I'm a
Super
Super
T.
Tenere.
Yeah.
A Super T.
Super T.
Yeah, the Yamaha Super Tenere adventure bike.
Oh,
That
I'm
being
sorry.
said, it's a 2015 I bought with 1,800 miles on it for $6,000.
Sweet.
Like I stole that thing when I bought it.
Ah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ah, we
I
got
hear
you.
All right. What is this? Okay, that's a soundboard.
Oh, jeez.
Hold your butts.
Oh, this could be bad. Anyway,
What do you could be?
all right.
All right. I guess I'll watch the Chase on Two Wheels Discord and the chat as well. Bro, you can't be a mobile repair station on your truck, Hobbit. Your truck barely runs, and you know this.
We'll be here in the SmortCon thread on screen at least. So,
Randry's
I'm
Discord
driving
is
right
broke?
now,
Yeah,
so.
probably.
so Randry, would you like to lead us off with a state of the Smort address?
State of the sport. The state of the sport is we're completely in the red. We make negative money weekly, but that's all right because we don't do it for the money. And I'm working on doing some more fun things. I know the Revzilla card went well. I
like that.
I did a gift card 2 months before SmortCon. Not a gift card. I did a thing where I needed to buy a product, so I bought 2 of them and gave one away for like a silly contest. They had to give me a drawing of a motorcycle, and I entered that into a drawing. And I'd really like to try to do more of that through Smort. Just no pay to enter. You got to do something funny, so you can't just enter your name in automatically, and you might get something out of it. And I'd really like to try and keep doing that.
Yeah, that would be
That
kind of
sounds
cool.
like a good plan.
I mean,
It's only money, right?
It's only money. But
It's money.
hey, but this year started up the Smart Store, so that was supplementing
did.
some of the the giveaway stuff and whatnot.
Yeah. The sports store paid for most of the giveaways, at least on my side. I don't know about you, Ghost. I know you graciously were our Cardo sponsor.
Well, it's because a few people actually used my code, and I was able to swing one. So,
Was that actually given?
it wasn't completely given, but I had enough, off of those who did use my code, that it was not like an expense.
Well,
So-
about to say, if you send me that receipt, I'll compensate you.
Oh, no, it's all good. That was my contribution to it. But I mean, and that's what I'm kind of working towards too, because if I can get monetized or whatever, I don't need it as a job or income. It's just going to be, hey, let's do fun stuff with it. Smart giveaways, fun stuff like that.
Yeah. So far, all my MSF money goes towards motorcycling and then Smart. So, I think it works out pretty well doing it that way.
Right on.
I like
Because I don't have a
I think so.
channel, and I don't edit, and I don't record, or anything like that. Because I have too much other stuff I gotta do.
Yeah, the Hobbit says, Randrew sounds like he's 25, not going to lie.
25. I'm older than 25.
What, 26?
No, I'm not even in my 20s.
Oh, you graduated.
Dang.
We lost Greenie.
Ah,
Oh, no.
Hey. All right. So, like I said, State of Smart, it's good. We're more of a community than an actual industry. We have 0 products. Our Instagram really doesn't do much, but we have fun in the Discord, and we make a yearly thing now. And I think this yearly thing went really well, and I'd like to hear some feedback about what people liked, what they didn't like, what could be improved.
We need
I
more
personally-
women.
This was the most women we've had at a SmortCon.
This is true. That's not a lie. So,
Almost 200% more women.
you can't use a percentage on none.
That's true. It's technically an infinite amount more.
I do have a degree in mathematics because I'm a nerd like that.
if it's any
Make a list.
consolation, I've been totally trying to recruit Doodle for SmortCon.
I don't know
He's
if Doodle's
not
ever
going to
going to
come.
do this.
He's not going to do that.
He's not going
I
to do it.
know, but I'm just saying we've been trying to get female riders on board, and
Yeah, I can just see how that conversation goes, and it's just the smile and nod. Okay, random guys telling me to come to this event. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
The only
there's going
reason I
to
went
be like
is
20
because I
dudes
actually
there.
met
You
you.
should show up. Oh, okay, 20 dudes. That sounds awesome.
That sounds great. But,
That's not a security risk. That'd be crazy.
yeah, no, but to, I guess, the earlier point Randrew said, this is only the second year we've done it, and it's just kind of come together for, hey, we want to get together and hang out. So a little bit more backstory for those watching after the fact or who have not come to SmortCon. Patty Rick, come on.
Listen,
Rick.
you don't have to tell me I'm a piece of garbage. I know. I tell myself every day.
I gave you multiple options. I even asked in person in Georgia at Mountain Motorsports.
You did. You did.
You did.
And we are still reeling from the shenanery that has ensued from the, I'll say, staffing changes here at C2 Dub.
Sure.
For lack of a better term, it's just been interesting. I mean, obviously, we didn't know those staffing changes were coming the way that they did, but it was I was poor before. I am jokes on you guys, still poor now. So,
Well, what we'll do is we'll just have to sell like a Patty Rick shirt in the Smart Store to fund him to come. But we're going to be on you too, like we are always on Chase to keep coming. So we're going to break one of you
as
down
should.
eventually.
Yeah, I've got Muppet in the car. He's fine.
No, but I mean, as this thing goes and, we're planning for next year, I think it ran smoother this past year than the year before, because
Absolutely.
last year we just kind of threw it together like, hey, let's do this thing. Okay. This year we had the Airbnb booked 7 months out.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I think that helped a
And-
lot.
And we found a
Yeah.
reasonably priced one as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Was our Airbnb was like way cheaper. Well, counting all the people, it was way cheaper than last year's, and we got a better spot, and we got better amenities. I feel than we did in the middle of Franklin.
Yeah. Well, and again, I think it's with the time that we had when we were looking for a place, we were just like, let's pick something and go, because, there's a little bit more pressure last year. This year, not so much. So a good thing about this past year and something we need to continue is we're just starting early. So here we go.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that y'all are starting this early is great. It's going to allow, like, myself and possibly Chase and I'm sure other community members to be able to allocate more time and resources into being able to pull off something like that.
Yeah. And, as it evolves too, again, right now we're just a bunch of, honestly, Smort's just a bunch of people on Discord just getting together. It's just like a friend thing. But,
Yeah.
as we can formalize it, we'll have, maybe more events, maybe more outside kind of, this is becoming a thing. And who knows, Randrew, you might actually have to go for that LLC, but I don't think we need to worry about it right now.
I don't think I have to worry about a LLC this year or next, but maybe the next one I need to start brushing up on legalese and
Maybe.
Do you happen to remember the other day we were talking about the guy that tried to take over Smort?
yeah, he
And
tried to get an LLC and
I had to like pull heavy research copyrights, and I was like, I was freaking out.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. He was talking about making all kind of crap that like. There was one thing I can't remember what he was talking about, but it was something that me and like Ranger were like, yeah, that's gonna be deadly. Like it was something really horrible, and so like we basically booted the guy.
That's funny. So Control All Own says he's never been on a group ride before. Yeah, it's like it's kind of one of those weird things. It's like hard to like find one sometimes, but then when you do, it's like, oh, this is how you do it. And
You guys are great to ride with as a group, just so you know.
I need to work on it a little bit.
I feel safe and not like you're a bunch of idiots doing stupid shit.
right. I think there is, as goofy as we are, looking at you, Goonie, we are a pretty mature bunch, and we're not just doing stupid stuff out there. So I think that's certainly a good thing too. Yeah. So that's a great point for bringing that up. Thanks. So for those that did go, like, what were some things about this year that really stuck out? Like, this was a good thing. And then we can move on to like other points later of what to improve. But, or do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
You can go first.
Okay. Well, like I said, Airbnb booked. The Airbnb was really good. The hosts were like super nice.
They were great. Yeah.
I know there could be a stigma around like motorcyclists that are going to crash at an Airbnb. So like I reached out to them and was like, hey, just so you know, a bunch of people on bikes are looking at this. And the host got back to me right away. He was like, oh, there's this route called the Rattlesnake Bay. A lot of motorcyclists do that. And then sent me the invite to book. So that was great. So I think finding the right host and stuff was a good thing.
I feel like, I mean, I didn't go, but like speaking on Airbnb that's half the battle is finding a host that is cool with what you're trying to do and being proactive and reaching out early and explaining like, hey, we're a group of motorcyclists. We're all grown ass adults. Like,
Right.
We're not crazy people and we're not going to tear all your stuff up. We're not like a bunch of kids. Like we're just adults who happen to ride motorcycles.
Right. Yeah. And they were super cool and super nice. Like when, those of us from the, that came from Georgia, when we got there, like, the husband of the couple that owns it was still there, like cleaning things up, and was just like, I mean, nicest guy you could ever meet. So, that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought the area was really good, had some good routes. It wasn't in a big metro area, which is probably one of the reasons it didn't cost nearly as much too. But that's fine. You know, we're looking for maybe some just good rides and someplace to hang out is really all we need. But I thought the flow of everything went well. I will say probably some things that I would look to improve upon is we have not to be overly strict with a schedule where it's like burdensome, but to have kind of more defined times of this is when we're rolling out like kickstands up. And, you know, I thought the dinner that we did like Saturday where we just picked up and just stayed at the Airbnb was cool. So we weren't spread out at like 4 different tables or what have you. But maybe getting that a little bit more coordinated instead of throwing it together, something like that. But that's the only things that I would really pick at right now.
Yeah, I don't have any negatives really to talk about for that either.
Well, then what was a positive?
Everything. Getting to just have fun.
Generic answer, not allowed.
Yeah, generic answer. 404 answer not found. Try again.
I haven't thought that hard about it, honestly.
Well, she's happy she made it to the prize round. So
She is happy.
Right?
Is happy. I would
That's
say,
true.
if I were to say the worst thing that happened to her would be she dropped her brand new bike on the way
That
up.
is the worst thing that happened. Yeah.
I heard about the XS 900, I think.
Yes, that was me that dropped it.
but still, let's look at the positive of this. She was baller enough to be like, I'm going to go buy a new bike and then I'm going to go ride it 1,000 miles this weekend to break it in.
Yeah, I
This is
have to
true.
admit I was a little bit.
You thought I was an idiot, Randy. Just say it.
I was a little stressed because getting to click with the new bike takes some time, no matter how good of a rider you are.
I'm still trying to get used to it, but yes.
So taking a brand new bike I've never ridden, and then all right, we're gonna get in together with like 15 other people. I was like, oh, okay.
It's all good though.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do that, but anyway, but props to you for that. So good on you.
Yeah, I think it turned out well.
Yeah, did y'all
And you got it
enjoy?
out of the way. Like I talked about on our live show, the Live on Two Wheels. It's just like the first thing I do when I get a brand new bike is literally kick it over in the parking lot. Be like, cool, it's done now. I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I just get up and ride.
I forgot I'm angry at you, Patty.
Why? It's because I'm fat.
No, you had a.
Well,
Here's how you ride, and this is what beginners should do, and it's literally my job.
Don't get Randy started.
Oh, okay. So what's another positive and negative?
Yeah,
Of
Yanto's over there
Negative.
flickering on and off. What about you, Yanto?
What about me?
Positive and negative about SmortCon.
I think the positive is always well, I think that maybe we need more ride time. So I would like to, at some point, if possible, we could extend days. So I know that that's kind of difficult for some people, but at some point, I'm not even saying in the next like 3 or so years, but if it becomes a thing, then I'd like to have like kind of just more ride time, because you know what I mean. Like that's, to me, that was the purpose of going. Really, is to hang out and go ride. And so the Airbnb is fine, and I don't mind hanging out the house because everybody gets fatigued, so you can't be riding 24/7. That's just too tough. But I think that if the majority, or if the kind of the purpose of it is to kind of go meet and ride and go ride your bikes, then I would like to just be like, all right, this day we're going to dedicate to just riding, even if it's like 500-600 miles, like we're riding today. And then we'll get back at nightfall, and then we'll chill maybe the next day or something like that. So I don't know, maybe something more in that area, more focused on, all right, let's just get a ride day in, and then everybody be prepped for that ride day type of deal. But I mean,
Maybe
I
not in
think that-
August though, because the heat was an issue for me.
Yeah, that was one thing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pick. I mean, like I said, as we get more experience under our belts with stuff like this, then we'll just get better at organizing. We'll get better at this and get better at that, right? It just goes with the territory of doing something brand new. Is you gotta have experience to know what works and what doesn't.
Sure.
And so I think as time progresses, we'll get better at it. But I mean, for this one, I loved it. I always love it, man. You guys know that. You guys know I ride my bike, so I'm always down to like ride. So I love riding, and riding with you guys is just
Yeah.
another kind of cherry on top of the cake for me type of deal. So I enjoy it. I mean, like I said, I don't have any really negative things. Honestly, I don't really have any negative things because like I let a lot of things just kind of go under the bridge, like water under the bridge for me. So like it doesn't bother me too much, even though it may not be the best. I'm like, who cares? Like it doesn't bother me. So I
Sure.
wouldn't say anything that there's like a huge thing we need to change. It's just, I'm like, whatever, dude, let's just go with the flow. I'm kind of like that when it comes to like going out and group riding like this. It's just, let's go with the
Right.
flow as long as we're safe, right? As long as we're being safe, then let's just go with the flow of things type of deal. So it's all right. I ain't got nothing bad to say.
Yeah, but I think to your point, one thing that we had, I don't know, maybe Randrew, we messaged about this, but like having more scheduled ride times where even if we split into two groups, and one can take more of the leisurely cruise, one can do the spirited sport riding or something, and if there's a little ADV group or something, depending upon the numbers, but or we can do like just have a bigger ride time, that's like everybody, we're going to go do this. And then after lunch, people, if they want to split out and do some things, but to have them more scheduled, to be a little picky on things. I think a lot of us were there just kind of like waiting around and be like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's just go. And it was, so there's a little bit of that I think we can tighten up, but to your point, yeah, it's just like get there and ride. That was always fun, but yeah. And then if people wanted to go back and just hang out, they can, or they can go extend the ride. So I think scheduling will be kind of one thing to focus on a little bit too.
An idea I had last year when we were talking about the Kentucky thing, and I think I mentioned it just for a second, but then I just kind of threw it away. Like, if we could somehow figure a way to make it like I know like it's going to sound weird at first, but like maybe like a week-long experience, and then everybody can just come and go as they please so that they could fit their schedule to that week.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That way, like,
More time.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it gives people more time to availability to like fit their schedule in, but then people can also like have like a, hey, I'd like to ride, I don't know. I mean, I got stupid ideas.
Hey, every once in a while you got a good one that comes through. So
hey, that's true.
I mean, I think
this.
it could evolve into like more of a multi-day event, even to what Yanto was saying about, having extra days to ride. And then people could kind of, come for the first half or second half, depending upon schedule. I think we'd want our numbers to be a little bit higher. So it's like, hey, here's 12 people here on this day. And then there was 2 people here on this last day because everybody else went back to work, that type of thing.
You get that part. I just meant it gives like, there's more time, so there's more time to do more things.
Sure.
Like, I know, like, like if you only got 12 people and like, everybody's gonna be dipping out on Sunday. I mean, like nobody's gonna be there Monday. I mean, I get that much. I'm just saying, like the how am I trying to say this shit?
That's what we want to know.
Yeah, like if you gotta like if you could find something that was affordable enough to where you had it for a whole week.
Yeah.
And we got this time right now until then to plan stuff, then people could already start setting up, hey, like I was thinking about, that'd be cool to do like a street ride, through the mountains or something. Well, here's the mountains. And they could just break off into their own little thing and, then say somebody wanted to do ADV, then they can go ahead and plan like heavy.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, because like if certain places, like if you're planning on doing like a ADV ride or something, there's some places that trails can go like a good minute.
Yeah. Comment just came in. Why not more events in general instead of just one SmortCon? Why not more spread out in different areas? I think it's just the time and expense of it, just because, as Randry said earlier, Smort is operating in the red. I mean, because we're all just paying for this out of pocket. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, we could have some regional Smorts if you wanted to help get that, but I think it all comes back to just the numbers, and where the interest is. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but it would be tough if you're asking people to take extra days off work, because if you're spending all your vacation days for this motorcycle thing instead of with your family or whatever, that's a little bit tougher, but
that and also I'll do what?
Good.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead.
You got it. You got the floor, Pat.
All right. Something that's really cool, kind of to come back to the, multiple routes and people who want to ride all day, is something that Revzilla did a really good job with at ADV Fest, and even like Get on Moto Fest they did a couple years ago, is have somebody go pre-run a bunch of the routes and mark them in the Rever app, or whatever GPS app you want to use.
yep.
And then, like, if you had some ADV folks who, I want to do this morning route of ADV, but then I want to just kill the mountains or these twisties in the afternoon, and that way you could basically have like an easy, a novice, intermediate, advanced, 3 different styles of routes, and then have like, the basically dirt bike people. You could have the ADV folks. You could have the super sport guys who want to just kill mountains all day. I think once it gets big enough, I don't know if it makes sense for 16 people or what have you.
Yeah.
But as the event grows, it's something to definitely, I think about.
No, absolutely. And that's something that we said, if people just, and not even necessarily beginner, intermediate, or expert, but just who wants a leisurely cruise and who wants kind of the more spirited riding, so you don't have to worry about somebody not keeping up or what have you. But yeah, definitely as it grows, we can do that.
That's why I invited Doug to the first one, because he was our river. You know what I mean?
He did take us the long way.
Yeah.
He's not speaking up right now. He's got himself muted. He doesn't want to. Oh, that was so funny because it was a fun ride though too, but it was just so funny because we were like, it's like the sun is starting to set and we're like, crap, we were supposed to pick up Hawk from the airport.
We're in the middle of BFE and Yanto's like, hey, I need 93.
Oh yeah.
He's like riding around looking for any place that had premium gas.
He lost that one big bar on his gas tank, which meant that he had like 4 miles to empty.
Yeah.
So
It's not my fault Yamaha can't design their gas bars right.
seriously.
To be fair, my Super T is the exact same way. It's really annoying.
So, all right. What did y'all think about like the slow race game? Would y'all want more games and stuff
I
like
loved
that?
it. Yes, that was fun.
Yeah.
I loved the games.
Goonie had a great idea about doing ghost hunters. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, please talk about that, Goondog.
Okay, so here's the premise, right?
Mm-hmm.
We find an area and set like a desired radius. I mean, we don't need to pull no 50-mile radius, something maybe 20, 25 miles. We all connect somehow via, I guess, a Discord phone call or something like that, and we just play a good old-fashioned game of Where's Ghost.
Who's the first one to find me?
Yeah, and then, boom, they get a toothpaste squeegee thingy.
They're going to cover 300 miles around North Carolina and be like, oh, I got this toothpaste squeegee. Now I can save money by not having to throw out my toothpaste so soon.
My logic in the Ghost Hunters thing was, could you just imagine the video we could make if everybody just had, like, a GoPro running? Just one massive, cut to Yanto, cut to me, cut to, everybody. You know what I mean? Be like a big group video. I don't know. I like the thought of the community that we have. You know what I mean?
It could be like Chalk the Corner, but with motorcycles.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to do it in like a 5 square mile area because 25 square miles is huge.
That's huge.
Oh, no, I know,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. I was being generous with the 25. You know,
But
the,
yeah,
the
some
the
radius.
I almost came with Atlanta. Like I was like, if we could just pinpoint like Kennesaw or, when I first started talking about that, if I could just find like one general area.
Or
Yeah.
a motorcycle scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Or I can
like,
just leave you clues around various places.
Well,
And
that was the thing. In the phone call, you were gonna tell us some new clue every 20 minutes.
to hone in on it.
Yeah.
Or go
I
national
forgot-
treasure on it, and that'll lead to another clue and another clue.
Yes.
No, that'd be
I totally
fun.
forgot that part. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. ADHD, and I'm out here kicking pecans in the driveway. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, having some games like that I think is good just to mix things up a little bit. Question: Did you like the match game thing?
Yes.
I know you did because you won, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. Maybe that would be more of like the first night kind of icebreaker thing, especially if we get a lot of newer people showing up that isn't
It
as
was entertaining. Yes.
yeah. If there's more people that haven't hung out with us before. I mean, if all of us show up at another event, we're gonna be like, hey, and it's just like old times. But yeah, that was fun too.
Oh, and I can say something else too, like in regards to the riding in August. There was always like a certain reason for that, and I'm trying to get rid of that reason.
What was the
So-
reason?
I think it was a work.
I'll tell you. yeah, it was something altogether. Oh, we'll talk about that later. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mhm.
I think the matching.
I'm
game
smelling what
was-
you're stepping in now, Goondog. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think
like
the ma-
with the way my job works is I have to put bids in on vacation. So like, if we could find a time that's like maybe better weather, but at the same time not like a heavy popular week for somebody to take off. You know what I mean? Then the odds of me actually getting that time are greater, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
well,
before or after a major holiday is your best bet.
yeah, like with me, we all put bids in on our vacation, and then they just have like this bidding video we all have to get on and just listen to, and the higher senior person there gets the first come first serve. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
by the time it gets to me, like I've been there 3 years, and I've had one actual summer vacation that went in August, and it took that long for now. So I mean, like I don't know, like what I can research, better times or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think one of the things is August is always hot anyway, but we also happen to be having that heat wave, and it was
Yeah.
just it was rough that weekend. I mean, it was okay, but yeah. So what is the general consensus about doing it? Maybe in May, hopefully after a lot of rain stops, or like even September or October.
September sounds good. October might be cold though. I don't know. It depends on where we're going.
True.
I can shoot for May just as long as it's not the 10th.
Yeah, there was talk of
That got
moving
quiet.
time up because of scheduling and weather. I think a good time would be. It depends on who's coming, because you can always do after summer vacation,
Yeah.
which most people will most families will spend the vast majority of their vacation for summer vacation, so they can do things with their kids, which means that things would be freer. I'd imagine there'd be less people in some of the riding locations, or what we want to do after school has started, because everyone's got to go take care of their family. But on the flip side, we have people, we have members like Yanto has like 800 kids, so he can't afford vacation to take his 800 kids to SmortCon. Because I can't afford to feed his 800 kids from SmortCon.
As
Yeah.
I like to refer to them, the Yanto Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a hole
So-
in there.
So we can move it earlier, we can move it later. I think the only reason we chose the last weekend in August was because it was already midway through summer when we decided we were going to do this. 'Cause Chase announced that he wasn't doing a group ride.
Yeah.
So we could pick any time. It doesn't really matter.
Well, and we don't have to pick it right now. I mean, it's just kind of, I think the consensus is August is okay, but it's hot. So if there's something else, because we'll reconvene to do all this, and follow up and
Yeah, when we do.
let some of these ideas churn. Right now it's just kind of a data dump and then, process and we can come back. But, so, and actually I need to wrap this up here in just a minute too, because of other domestic duties, but, any last words?
15 minutes?
Huh?
You got 15 minutes?
I have like 2.
Oh. If anybody has any last words, then.
Yeah.
Because I talk to these guys all the time.
Yeah. So sorry to cut it off. But if you've got something,
Doug, you got anything?
Nah, I'm good. I just figured out how to get this thing to work anyways.
dynamite drop in as we're about to wrap up.
There we go.
Love it. Well, cool. Like I said, think about some things about what weekends would work, and we may have to look around working around holidays because I don't want to go on Memorial Day weekend because everybody's going to be out, things are going to be booked up, and not like Labor Day weekend on the other end. So maybe
And location would be a good thing to start talking about if we could.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we've all done something that's kind of, quote, centrally located, but I'm not opposed to going a little bit further for a good location. So,
Yeah.
I had thoughts Georgia or North Carolina.
There is a huge motorcycle museum in North Carolina.
It's closing in 3 days, I think.
Oh,
what, the Wheels Through Time?
I just saw a post somewhere where the motorcycle museum is closing. I don't know which one it is.
That's not North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
That's I think in Ohio or something like that.
But that would be a cool place to go through.
If we did it in Georgia, there's always Barber that you can get to pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yep. So
a day
it's
ride over
something
there.
I'm playing with because
And there's a
people
track
go
at
to-
Barber.
because it's further for some of us, it's closer for some of us. Some of us might not do the Airbnb, which is fine, and some of us might just ride in, which is fine. It changes some things from a riding destination meetup to just a riding meetup for some and a riding destination meetup for others,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's something we gotta think about. Both have good roads. Now that I know that the Corolla can tow, I'm fine going further out.
Can it though? Okay.
It can.
It
can
made
tow.
it.
It's fine.
It did make it.
Now that I know that I can tow, I can go out
Well,
further.
just because it can doesn't mean it should.
It's tow rated for 1,500 pounds, Patty.
Fair enough.
So
That's what. Never mind.
yeah. So I think that'll go good. My pros and cons, I think our thing went smoother. I really liked. Overall, it seemed smoother. My con was it seemed like when we were done with the ride, nobody wanted to go out and do their own thing because they were curious if anybody else was going to go out and do their own thing.
Right. It was kind of everybody. What are you doing? I don't know. What do you want to do?
So it caused kind of a pause. And so that's kind of why I left Sunday morning by myself, which
Yeah.
was fun. And I think we started a little late on Saturday. I'm a little bit of an early bird, so I don't mind
Yeah.
if we start riding at 6.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we can schedule some things, get some more things down of like this is when we're riding, this is when we're like doing dinner and meet back up, and if we need to split groups or if you want to ride or if you want to chill and hang out, having a little bit more of that on paper so we know who's doing what when, and we don't feel like we're having to wait to be obligated to something else,
Yeah, I
something like that.
mentioned some of the
But,
stuff I've done when I've done my other group rides
Yeah.
up north. But we can discuss that at a later time. I know you've got stuff you need to do.
Yeah, I need to bow out. So, everyone, thanks for taking some time. If you want to think of some things, just some ideas, feel free to shoot them toward me or Randrew or just in the Smort thread. I will say, well, let's close down the SmortCon 23 thread, and then like next week we'll spin up SmortCon 24, and we'll just start churning through some ideas and go from there.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, everyone.
Okey-dokey.
Have a great
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Y'all have a good evening.
Rock on deal.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so no super chats.